I played for Stony Brook. I usually had things going on growing up during those weekends in the fall. So, I never had an opportunity to really experience what it's like being at a game, just being a fan and understanding the connection between family members and their college students. So we're at the beach day, and it started. I remember actually driving to the beach and seeing the band perform at a local high school as I was on my way to Clearwater. And I get there, we get there, and I see the band warming up as we're at the beach. And then, I believe there's some lightning that starts to strike. There was some rain. Again, we're in Florida, so it could be a beautiful day out 1 minute, and then 2 minutes later, it's pouring down. You had Alabama's marching band that they call the $1 Million Band, and then you have Michigan's band, and they were just battling it out, doing songs. And there's a parade where before they started, you had local high school bands doing their thing. And I got there early, and I found this like perfect spot up at a sports bar right on top of the stage. So I saw the whole thing, and I'm chatting with I'm not just chatting with Michigan fans. The other decided that they were Ohio State fan. And then I started chatting with there was another couple. I think he was with his daughter, but he was like big, huge Alabama fan, like generational Alabama fan. And we ended up chatting because, again, I'm a fan of the sport. I watched the sport, and he and I started chatting about all the great teams that they had, all the way back to Julio Jones and back Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry. And, we just started chatting ball. And, as I remember being in that moment, guys, and this is something that's important for you guys to learn is, one of the things that I learned that my mother would always tell me growing up is she would always tell me, son, never be afraid to go take trips by yourself. Never be afraid to go and experience certain things by yourself. Like, you don't have to be with somebody to go and experience life. And that was like, this was like hours before the actual kickoff of the game. And I remember having it felt like my mother was there in spirit, because she would always tell me these things growing up. She would say, never be afraid to go experience life on your own. And for me, those words turned out to be very prophetic, because these were conversations that I was having with total strangers. I went on a solo trip to this game, and these were conversations that I was having with total strangers, yet we were talking as if we knew each other for years, because the subject matter was Michigan football, Alabama football, SEC football, the historic nature of the game, how the game provides a sense of structure, how the game provides a sense of family, how the game provides a level of just being productive in your own life, something to really build a family on. And that's exactly how I grew up, So when it comes to you, and especially as we are in the beginning stages of this new year, I would challenge everybody out there to never be afraid to go and make trips and take a trip by yourself.